one of the questions writers really often get asked is, what's your writing process, or how do you go about plotting or writing a book? And there tend to be, there are probably as many processes as there are writers, but there sort of are two camps. There are the people who plot in advance in great detail, and the people who seem to not be able to can just sit down and write the book and don't need to plot in advance. And I'm definitely in the first camp. I plot out very thoroughly in advance. I always have. Partly I think because I co-wrote with my mother at first, so we had to. And even now, when I'm first planning a book, I get the initial idea, I think about it for a long time, and then I start putting down scenes on index cards, which I lay out on my dining room table. And my cats then inevitably decide to walk across them or sleep on them and mess them up, but I try to keep them tidy as much as possible. And so I'll know that there's a given revelation that has to come out, that two characters have to have a confrontation, that I'm going to have a certain chase scene take place, I'm going to maybe use a real historical event. And so I'll have, chase through Covent Garden, the opening of La Cenerentola, Melanie and Charles talk to this person, learn X about Y, and then I'll be able to juggle those around and figure out kind of the order of the book and what the key turning points are. I think of my books usually in 3 acts, so I'll kind of see what the turning point is at the end of Act 1, and then how Act 2 progresses, and the turning point at the end of Act 2, and I'll start to see how the book takes shape. And I really have that laid out pretty well before I start actually writing. It inevitably does change some as I'm actually writing. I'll get new ideas and new scenes will be added. Things will take more or less time than I think they will. But the general framework of the outline usually stays pretty much from the beginning.